In the beginning, the world was empty and dark. God spoke, and suddenly, light appeared. God created the sky, the oceans, and the land. He filled the world with beautiful trees and flowers. Then God made the sun to shine in the day, and the moon and stars to glow at night. God created fish in the sea, birds in the sky, and animals on the land. Finally, God created people to care for the earth. When God saw everything He made, it was very good. God placed the first people, Adam and Eve, in a beautiful place called the Garden of Eden. The garden was full of trees, flowers, rivers, and friendly animals. God told them they could eat fruit from any tree except one special tree. But one day, a tricky serpent told Eve to eat the fruit from that tree. Adam and Eve chose not to obey God. They realized they had made a mistake. Even though they had to leave the garden, God still loved them and cared for them. Adam and Eve had two sons, named Cain and Abel. Abel cared for sheep, and Cain worked in the fields. One day they both brought gifts to God. Abel brought the best from his sheep, and Cain brought food from his crops. God was pleased with Abel's gift because he gave with a thankful heart. Cain became jealous and angry. Later, Cain realized his anger had led him to make a terrible choice. This story reminds us that God wants us to have kind and thankful hearts. Many years later, God saw that people were making bad choices, but one man named Noah loved God and listened to him. God asked Noah to build a huge boat called an ark. Noah brought his family and 2 of every animal onto the ark. Rain fell for many days and covered the earth with water. The ark floated safely on the waves. When the rain stopped, God placed a beautiful rainbow in the sky as a promise that He would always care for the world. After the flood, people began to live together again. They decided to build a huge tower that reached high into the sky. But God wanted people to spread across the earth instead, so God changed their languages. And suddenly they could not understand each other. The people stopped building the tower and moved to many different places around the world. One day God spoke to Abraham and asked him to leave his home and travel to a new land. God promised Abraham that he would become the father of a great nation. Abraham trusted God. So Abraham packed his belongings, gathered his family, and began a long journey. God blessed Abraham because he believed and trusted him. One night, God told Abraham to look up at the sky. The sky was filled with thousands of bright stars. God told Abraham, "Your family will become as many as these stars." Abraham believed God's promise. God kept His promise to Abraham and Sarah. Even though they were very old, they had a baby boy named Isaac. Abraham and Sarah were filled with joy and laughter. Isaac was the beginning of the big family God promised. One day, God tested Abraham's faith. Abraham climbed a mountain with his son Isaac. Just as Abraham prepared to obey God, an angel stopped him. God saw Abraham's faith and provided a ram instead. This story shows that Abraham trusted God completely. Jacob was traveling alone and stopped to sleep one night. As he slept, he had an amazing dream. He saw a ladder reaching from earth up to heaven. Angels were going up and down the ladder. God spoke to Jacob and promised to watch over him wherever he went.